Well, I think each of you, Marty and Lynn Adams and Lisa and Jim Clark, have really chosen a smart thing this morning to be here now. Because what is our New Year's resolution? Unconditional love. We get to say explore that more today, and then again tomorrow, and the rest of our days. We get to explore unconditional love. And yesterday's stream, there was a title, but I forgot to give you the title, and the title says it all, and that is love that needs nothing, meaning that you're just in love with love. You're in love with love. What did Yogananda say? I sought love in many lives only to finally realize that I'm in love with love itself, right? So, love that needs nothing, meaning because it's in love with itself, becomes love that heals everything. Ain't that beautiful? Isn't that a beautiful way to start this morning? Love that needs nothing because you're in love with love becomes love that heals everything. Ah, yeah. I wrote a little song to remind myself of this and what I'm sharing with you right now. And it goes like this. It's simple. With every breath I breathe in your pure love, your everlasting love. With every breath I breathe in your pure love, your everlasting love. I live on divine love support. I live on divine love support. With every breath I breathe in your pure love, everlasting love, everlasting love. So it's like coming into this stream for me anyways. And it is what it is for you all. But it's like coming to the fountain of youth. Like we come to this beautiful, fountain of unconditional love, and we just sip the love together as we sit here and imbibe the vibes, imbibe the high frequencies, imbibe the love that's pouring out of our immortal souls. Yeah. So sip away, my dears. We've come to the fountain again this morning. That's why I'm saying you just made a really great choice. You really did. There's got to be one thing in our life that we are dedicated to till the end of our life, that it's non-negotiable. It's like, like if you're eating, for most people, it's non-negotiable. Taking a shower daily is non-negotiable. And that's the way we are in this little love tribe. So I just wanted to start that way this morning. And and what is God's will? What is the supreme will? May thy will be done. Have you heard that saying? It's in the Lord's Prayer. May thy will be done. But what I like to say is, may thy love be done. May thy love be done, because that's the essence. That's what the will. You might think God's will is, about this and holding creation together and whatever. But really, it's just this love energy that is the reality 100%. There's nothing else to concentrate on, my dears. And that's why it's so important that we follow this advice. The most powerful way to eliminate any behavior, excuse me, person or idea that consumes your energy. Do you have anything that consumes your energy? I think we all kind of looking at the news, peeking at the news during the day, right? The most powerful way to eliminate any behavior, person, or idea that consumes your energy. What we want is, may thy love be done. May thy love be done. May thy love be done through me, Lord. May thy
May
love
thy
be
love be
done.
done.
I feel your love. I feel your love. I
Oh,
feel your love within
Jim, get
me.
him, tell him to
I
get
feel
down.
your love. I feel your love.
He's not
I feel
begging.
your love. That should be the only one thing
Teach
that
him
we're
just to
about
get down. So he's
that has
not.
got our attention. So if something else is consuming your energy, it's simple how we deal with it.
Just tell him to get down.
Starve it out of your
It's fine.
attention. You start
He
with
knows what down is. He
it,
doesn't have
out
to
of
do
your
it every time
attention.
he does
You
it.
don't attend to it.
Just needs to learn a
You don't
behavior.
have you don't keep your mind on it, right? You don't attend to it.
He'll start doing it to
Anything
everybody.
you don't feed will eventually die. If you don't have your attention on something, you only have problems if you think you have problems. You're only feeling the way you're feeling if you think you're feeling that way. But what about this? If every breath I breathe in your pure love, your everlasting love, I live on divine love support. There's no other thing to focus on. This is why we're trying to get into this cloister within our heart. We're trying to get into the place where there is no way that we can be touched by this outer world or be, rocked out of our non negotiable purpose every single breath, right? Because we just don't ever move from that fountain of drinking the love energy as it comes in because everything is love. So just everything will die if we don't feed it. Your reactions, our reactions to things are the food, though, for those energies to be consumed by this outer world. And your obsession is its fuel. Do not engage, do not respond, do not justify, and do not monitor. Every act of ignoring is a step toward liberation, and every silence is an internal declaration that you are unavailable for chaos. Sorry, I'm unavailable for chaos today. I know it creeps in, and we do our best with all of this, but I'm just reiterating. I don't think we can hear this enough. And we're at the fountain right now. And I just want to read something from Saint Germain's teachings about all this. This is called the thunder of universal love. Saint Germain teachings, the thunder of universal love. Just so we can, really build up to this Easter Sunday coming up, your resurrection, our resurrection is coming up for Sunday. This everlasting love. What is the resurrection? It's into what we're talking about. With every breath I breathe in your pure love, your everlasting love. With every breath I breathe in your pure love, I live on divine love support. I live on divine love support. That's why I make those little songs like that. Because I'm just remembering. I'm just remembering everything that I share with you. I can't share with you anything that I'm not experiencing to some degree. All right. So this is called the thunder of universal love. If you think you can get away from universal love, if you think that you can get away with loving something that is not good for you, that isn't worthy of any second of your existence here, then let's really pay attention right now. Let's really just keep sipping that fine water by the well of this everlasting love, the only reality to live for, because it's the only reality. And that makes sense? It's the only reality to live for because it's the only reality. Love. This ties into our building up for Easter, this stream today. So this starts in the Saint Germain teachings by saying the will of God. And I mentioned that already. What is the will of God? The will of God is the thunder. My dears, can you hear the thunder? And the thunder, lightning claps around you right now. The thunder of universal love. The will of God is the thunder of universal love. Can you hear it? Can you feel how powerful it is? It is the strength, it goes on to say in Saint Germain's teachings. It is the strength of the right arm of the Almighty, if we're going to put it in spiritual terms. It's the strength. The will of God is the thunder of universal love, which is the strength of the right arm of the Almighty. It is it is the fire of God's devotion and the best gift ever given to each of us. The best gift that we could ever receive, ever, is this gift of universal love. And guess what? It's here for the taking. Every single breath, every single moment that you exist in this body. I know it's hard. It's really hard to be in these bodies. It's even harder to be in the mind, right? But listen, we're edging our way. We're edging our way into the center, right? We're getting into that cloister mode where we are safe and sound completely without a care in the world because we don't feed it. We don't feed all the chaos. We don't feed all the things that are going to be said in the news today. We don't feed it with our attention because we have every breath to breathe in divine love. What would you want? Do you want more chaos today? Do you want no more worry or concern today? Are you planning to get ready for the end of the world today? Why don't we just rely on the thunder of universal love? All right. I think, and then this says, Saint Germain's teaching says there is safety. There's safety in the thunder of universal love. Safety. God, we can't be safe enough these days, my dears. At least I'm talking about myself. There is safety in it, and the strength that fashions security. Do you want a security insurance? Do you? Do you want a divine insurance policy? Well, listen, there is safety in the universal love and strength that fashions security. Well, how long does the insurance last me? Here it goes. There is safety in it and the strength that fashions security for the ages and beyond. That's all. For the ages. For all the lifetimes you might still have in a human body. You can have the gem. If we need to come back again, God's will be done. If love's will be done, may thy love be done. Don't think of it as God's, those old ways of looking at God. It's universal love, my dears. It's love. If we never said the word God again, just say the word love instead, right? If you have a question about something, why don't we come back into our nest, into our arms of the Divine Mother, and just feel her love instead, right? Remember, you have no problems if you don't feed those issues that takes your mind away from the divine. All right? You have no problems. We have no problems right now. That's what we're trying to get at because you're going to see in this read that I'm going to have whether today or tomorrow, but close to Easter, that Christ said on the day before his crucifixion to his disciples, "Let not your heart be troubled." God, that goes for right now. I have another reading that is about all that. Don't let your heart be troubled for anything, my dears. It's not worth it. It just kind of confuses your nervous system and blocks the the energies coming in of the universal love as well. All right. So those who cognize the will of God, may thy love be done, Lord. May thy love be done. You say that instead of may thy will be done. May thy love be done. For those who cognize the will of God as the very first, if there was nothing, there's never nothing. There's always been a spirit. There's always been this infinite consciousness. Always. There never was a time before that wasn't infinite consciousness. I'm saying. All right. So for those who cognize the will of God as the very first vibration when he wanted a creation. Remember, God is beyond vibration. He's beyond creation, right? Our true home is beyond creation. So Don't get scared about that, because if we can cognize the will of God as that very first spark that started the whole cycle, the whole creation, day one of creation, those who cognize the will of God as that very first vibration of his magnificent love. That's what we're saying. The first vibration of his magnificent love can never be moved by the chirping of crickets, the boom of a cannon, or the threatening temptations of that dark side. Can never be moved. Those who cognize the love of God as the first vibration of his magnificent love, we cannot be disturbed. So if you have your little sign that says do not disturb, put it in the center of your heart, my dears, and live there. Live there in a cocoon, in the arms, whatever way you want to look at. But listen, as soon as you give the attention to the world will take your attention. Wherever you put your mind on, there your energy is. All right. So fear is the opposite of what we're saying right now. It assaults the love of God. It assaults it. It it assaults the will of God, which is love, unconditional love. But the calm knowing of infinite love, the calm knowing of infinite love, Lisa and Jim and Milo, Cami, the calm knowing of infinite love, maybe that stays with us long time. The calm knowing of infinite love, it shatters. It shatters the opaquing conditions that scream from the minds of the depraved. Who is the minds of the depraved? It's those who have forgotten love. Those that are focusing on the outer world, right? Yet another lifetime focused on the outside, where the inside is where heaven is. Heaven, the kingdom of heaven is within us. So, for all those fear assaults that can come up within us, the calm knowing of infinite love shatters them to kingdom come until thy kingdom come, right? Shatter them to thy kingdom come, thy will be done. May thy love be done. I feel your love. I feel your love. I feel your love within me. Does it make sense? So there's a question here. How long can you endure without the fire of unconditional love? It's probably a pretty long, enduring session that we're in, right? If we forget some of this beautiful, beautiful way to find heaven here today, right now, where we sit, where we live, no matter what, that we find the safety, that we find the experience, the love, that we completely eradicate and never feed the fear, right? How long can we endure, though, without the fire of that holy love? How long? It just zaps. It just zaps. You wonder why we can get so zapped. Need more and more naps as time goes on, right? Or just, or scrolling on the cell phone or something because we divert. So how long can we endure without the fire of the divine love? This is a question. No need to answer. How long can we endure this chaos? It's up to each. Maybe this is the end of the road for some of us, that we're not even going to peek from one eye what's happening outside, when we can be in every breath I breathe in your pure love and everlasting love at that. And I live on that love. It's my divine love support. I can't I can't exist without that love. Nothing exists without that love, my dears. So this ends by saying the wise ones are those peacemakers that are called blessed. These are the children of God who understand the strength of his thundering, universal, unconditional love. They're called the peacemakers. And they are blessed. They are children of God who know they're children of God, and nothing can ever touch a child of God. And finally, it says, in the great forever, Cami, in the great forever, in the beginningness of all things. Isn't that a great line? In the great forever, in the beginningness of all things, love saw light, and love became light. Love saw light, and thus love became light. And out of his love light went forth the beauty of loving purpose, of loving love. What's your purpose? It's loving love. It's loving the love back. You know that famous quote from St. Francis, but not many people know about it. I saw it was at a mission in Santa Barbara. Hey, you're next to the woods, Marty. In the mission, there was a quote up on one of the rooms there in the mission, and it said, "Love is not being loved. Love is not being loved." And the story goes that St. Francis was walking along with Brother Leo, one of his close disciples, and he was crying inconsolably. St. Francis was. And Leo said, "Francis, I've never seen you so crying desperately like this, just crying unceasingly like this. Why? What's wrong?" And Francis answered and said, "Love is not being loved." You know, if you guys have a hurt in your hearts these days, and you're starting to feel more compassion and starting to realize that everybody's going through a really, really tough time right now, the good, the bad, and the ugly doesn't matter, then you will feel like St. Francis feels, like love is not being loved. And it doesn't make sense, right? Because love is everything. Love is the end all of all our suffering, of all our suffering. That's why the love that needs nothing except to love it becomes love that heals everything. We don't realize that we don't need to go to probably the doctor so much if there was just this love as our magic potion. Take the locomotion of emotion, turn it to devotion, because emotion turned to devotion is the magic potion. So jump right on this love train. You won't feel no pain. We're riding pure devotion. It's the magic potion, right? That's what we focus on. Just that. So, in the great forever, in the beginningness of all things, God saw, or love saw light, and became love, became light. And out of this love light went forth the beauty of loving purpose. And in God, in love, was no darkness at all, nor could there be darkness ever there. Woo! What do you think of all this, my dears? What do you think of this? I want to just tickle your interest for a moment and give you this another little Easter reminder that's very sweet to get us tuned up for us staying more in the vibrations and in the conscious awareness of this everlasting love, not just for getting ready for Easter, but for the rest of our forever. How's that? So it says Jesus about this is all about Jesus, but I'm going to just, instead of saying Jesus, I'm going to say love, okay? I'm going to say love instead to this message, this Easter message. Love gives everything. Love gives everything so you could have a new beginning, my dears. Gives everything. It is everything. It doesn't hold back. It doesn't, analyze things and then, mark people like grading in school for how they're doing with how we love back. God never's going to say, why haven't you loved me in a while? He'll never say that. He'll never say that because he wants our love to be given. So God gives, or love gives everything so you could have a new beginning. And out of this pure love, love carries your pain. Out of this pure love that's pouring into you and me right now. Love, love. And it says Jesus here, but we're saying love in place of. But love is carrying your pain. My dears, you might have pain. Yeah, but you have no idea what he's carrying or what love is carrying, right? We don't see that. We don't remember that. We're too busy caught up in the drama and the trauma of the chaos of life. So love's carrying your pain, my dears, your struggles, and every burden that you were ever meant to hold alone. You feel like you're holding it, you got to hold it alone, the burdens. You're never meant to hold it alone. Even in suffering, love doesn't walk away. Love stays. Do you know love stays with you when you're having a tough time with any of this that we're talking about? Any thoughts, any feelings, emotions, things that just happen, facts that just happen and they enter your circle of life. Do you know that he stays with you even more affectionately? Love stays with you even more affectionately when you're out of sorts, is another way to put it, my dears. Wow, can you imagine such a love, though? Really? He doesn't, love doesn't walk away, love stays, endures it all, and finishes what would save you until you are out of that gloom and doom or out of that negative mindset. He stays with you until he saves you, all right? Until you feel better. To feel better after not feeling so good is every time God does the hard work for you. That's why you feel better. You just don't feel better because you feel better. It's because God has graced you. Because of love, your past does not define you, my dears. Because of love's grace makes you new. Love's grace makes you brand new, spanking new, ever rebooted, ever refreshed. That's love. Love holds you, my dears. And love is the victory that gives you hope. So this Easter, pause and remember you are deeply loved. Okay? Do I need to say, can I say that again? Remember, this Easter, pause and remember you are deeply loved. You are chosen. You are never alone. So may Love's grace, peace, and blessings fill your heart this Easter and forevermore. And then remember to consider that you are everyone, everywhere, whatever they're going through, that if you can be more in the love and, maybe loving back or loving the love more, everybody gets a big boost of love in their heart centers just from those simple little efforts of yours, my dears, to remember love and to love back and to love more and make it your only go to, the only go to response you have. You don't respond anymore. You just have one go to, right? And it's like that little song, with every breath I breathe in your pure love, your everlasting love. With every breath I breathe in your pure love, your everlasting love. I live on divine love support. All right. I hope this, enjoy a beautiful breath. I hope that breath is the breath of everlasting love and divine love support, my dears. So thank you for that. Let's do a few ohms if you want to, if it feels right for you. Just some ohms to turn these emotions that we're going through in this time on planet Earth, turn to devotion so that we can be filled with the magic potion of God's love. Oh, remember, the next time you're pulled out from feeling not so good, worried about something, and you feel even a tad bit, a little bit better, know who arranged all that. Thank love, love, be love. Oh, good job, everyone. So we're on day whatever of our New Year's resolution, and we really are focusing on it. And unconditional love, that's what I'm saying. And thank you so much for listening, my dears. Let's just do our little mantra just so that it just grows in power. Soul power, soul power, soul power, soul power. We live with soul power. So we love, we care, and we share. Yeah. Just let it radiate off you. Good job. Thank you for being part of this soul tribe, my dears, and showing up once again, big time. Thank you for this. I love everything about you, my dears, because it's not the you of the mortal, it's you, the immortal. I love everything about you. All right. Have a good one, as they say. Have a good one. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Narayan. Thank you, Lisa and Jim. Thinking of stopping by sometime this morning. That's not going to rain. See that? My love. Milo, her dog is her nickname for that dog is My Love. Milo is the name given, but My Love. This little this little golden doodle. My love. My love. All right. Love you all, everybody. Thank you, Lindsay. Really appreciate you. Namaste, my dears. Aho. Toodles with oodles of universal, unconditional, ongoing, everlasting love. Aho.